Hey everyone, Evan Jones with you here on the RPAC Rundown podcast. This week on the pod, we will have another recipient of our Outstanding Senior Student Athlete Award winners on the pod. It'll be Marcus Hernandez of Bertrand. He was the East male recipient of the award. Of course, those awards are brought to you by Farmers National Company, Lori Harding Real Estate Sales. Also, I'll rank my top 5 favorite things to do during the summer months. Of course, the RPAC Rundown podcast is brought to you by a bunch of great sponsors like Arapahoe Rehab and Fitness, Cambridge Supermarket, Webb's Oilfield Service, Cambridge Rehab and Fitness, Onyx Native, and C+. We'll take a break. Be right back. Now joining us on the podcast is Marcus Hernandez of Bertrand. Marcus was our East male recipient of the RPAC Rundown Outstanding Senior Student Athlete Award, brought to you by Farmers National Company, Lori Harding. Well, Marcus, it's been a few weeks since graduation. How does it feel to be graduated?
It feels amazing. I'm ready to take the next step of life, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, what are your summer plans? What have you been doing so far this summer? And just tell me a little bit about what your summer's going to look like, Marcus.
Yeah, so far I've been interning at Westmark Church and just trying to get some ministry experience there before I head to college to pursue that full time. And yeah, my summer is pretty much full of meetings and yeah, just helping around the church. So
Yeah, no, that's cool. Now you kind of led into what you're going to be doing after summer, but tell us a little bit more about what your plans are for schooling and hopefully a future career for you too, Marcus.
yeah, I'm planning on going to Arizona Christian to study biblical and theological studies, hopefully to become a pastor, and hopefully I'll go to seminary after I'm done there. So,
No, that's very cool. Why Arizona? Is it the school itself? Is it somewhere you want to live? Or what about that area entices you, Marcus?
I love the weather there. Especially during winter, it's really unbeatable. And then additionally, the school itself, it's very incorporated on the biblical sense of incorporating it into every single one of their curriculums rather than just being a separate thing just added on to the college. So that's just something special about that school.
No, that's really cool. Let's talk about your high school career now. What's maybe just one of your favorite memories you have from high school, or maybe a couple of memories that you like from high school, Marcus?
Yeah, so my favorite one's probably got to be breaking our school record just with my grandparents coaching me. That was probably the top moment of my high school career. And then basketball, absolutely a blast to be able to mentor those guys there and just to be a leader on that team and just have an unbelievable season. It was very, very special, that's for sure. And then the funniest one so far is just my coach, basketball coach, Coach Newcomb, punting the basketball across the court. So that was that was pretty funny.
Yeah, those are some pretty good memories for sure. And you mentioned it, you've been able to be coached by your grandparents in pole vault. What was that like for you, and what a blessing was that like for you, throughout your high school career?
Yeah, it's something just unbelievably special, especially them just being your grandparents. It makes for a really tight knit coaching group, and as well as some perks to that as well, just getting some free snacks and as well as extra practices here and there.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Let's talk about the community of Bertrand. Of course, my wife, Mackenzie, being from Bertrand, I know quite a bit about that community. What has that community meant to you, Marcus?
I it's meant the absolute world. They've just always been there supporting the sports world and the academic world as well. And just being so tight knit around our school has just made sports and just going there absolutely unbelievable. It just makes you feel very, very special, even when you probably don't deserve it.
Yeah. And then, of course, I know you've got a tight knit family, Marcus. So what has your family meant to you and support and everything like that throughout your high school years?
Yeah, it's something every kid I wish could say had.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, it's absolutely unbelievable to always have your mom and dad there, grandparents there, and just everybody there supporting you and being with you throughout your life is, again, something I wish everybody had and something I'm just very, very blessed to have, that's for sure.
Well, awesome. Congratulations, Marcus, and good luck in the future, okay?
Thank you.
Welcome back to the RPAC Rundown podcast. You may have seen in recent months that we have some new content and a new section on our website called RPAC Rundown Overtime. So we have some great content there. It is exclusive content to paid subscribers, exclusive articles, power rankings, practice reports, spotlight series, and more is what we will have there. It's been a lot of fun. It's going to continue to be a lot of fun. Some great content there, like I said. So a small subscription fee to get that content, $3 per month plus tax or $30 per year plus tax. So if you sign up for a year, essentially you're going to get 2 months for free. So if you like the coverage you're already getting from us at the RPAC Rundown of the Republican Plains Activities Conference, sign up with an overtime subscription and get even more. We're really excited about it. It's been a ton of fun, and we're looking forward to highlighting the conference in even more ways than we already have. So be sure to check that out on our website. We'll take a break. Be right back. You're listening to the RPAC Rundown podcast. Well, since summer is here, well, actually, the first day of summer is June 20th, but we are in the summer months. I thought it'd be fun to list my top 5 favorite things to do this summer. If you've got some great things you like to do in the summer, shoot us a message, comment on the podcast when we get this posted and such, some of your favorite things to do in the summer. But I figured I'd list my top 5 favorite things to do during the summer months. For me, number 1, golf. I love to golf. I'm not great at it. I'm just getting back to it also since my knee is healed up after having a medial patellar tendon tear. But I enjoy it. I've been golfing at Bertrand's golf course a couple of times this year. Been at the driving range at Cambridge, but hope to play at Cambridge some more this summer. I went on Sunday night this week, played with my brothers-in-law, had a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Love to golf. Great way to get outside. Number 2, I love to grill. Anything from steaks. I like to smoke ribs. We do burgers. Lately, we've been throwing nachos in a cast iron skillet and doing it that way too, which has been a lot of fun to do also. But I love to grill. So much fun. Another great way to be outside too. Number 3, taking care of my yard and property. Some people don't like to do that, and I'm not saying I like to do it every day. So last year we put up a fence in the backyard with the help of my family. We replanted the backyard. So we've got a nice backyard for my daughter, Indy, and my dog, Chipper, to play in. It was just a weed patch last year and in the previous few years that we have lived there. And now we have some good grass. I love that process of planting the grass, making sure that it grew, and there's still some things to clean up in the backyard and things like that. But it's nice to have a place to get outside and enjoy it. It takes time. And in the front yard, it's been a mixture of grasses for years, and it still kind of is. I didn't want to start from scratch, so we just overseeded, fertilized, and took care of it that way. And it's looking pretty good now too. Still some work to do, but I really enjoy that. We've got a lot of other projects we'd like to do around the house, and I enjoy doing some of those things because you get to see some cool things happen with your home as you do that. Number 4, fire pits. Of course, it's so dry right now, but we like to have a fire pit at our house, just a little small one, and, roast marshmallows, be outside. It's just a great way to do it. But of course, since it's been dry, we haven't done any this year. It's been dry for years, but this summer so far, we haven't done any. So hopefully if we get some more rain, we can do some more fire pits this summer. And then 5, more time with my family. We're still quite busy. A lot of people, have asked, how's it going? It's like, well, this summer is slower, but it doesn't stop. And so we're able to spend more time with our family because it isn't as fast and furious as it is during the school year. And that's not me complaining. I love being busy. I love having things to do. But these summer months, it's a great time to spend a little more time with my family and my wife's family, which always very grateful for. So yeah, those are my top 5 favorite things to do during the summer months. We'll take a break and we will close things out on this week's edition of the RPAC Rundown podcast. That will do it for this week's episode of the RPAC Rundown podcast. We will continue doing interviews with our outstanding Senior Student Athlete Award winners, brought to you by Farmers National Company, Lori Harding, Real Estate Sales. We have some great content coming this summer on RPAC Rundown Overtime and more. And of course, on our content that you don't have to pay to view, we have a lot of great content coming this summer with all-star games and things like that. A lot of really great stuff will be heading your way. Of course, we have great sponsors of the RPAC Rundown podcast like JBK Operating LLC, Scouts Recreation, Cross Diamond Cattle Company, Tri-Valley Medical Foundation, and Prairie Girl Candle Company. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We will catch you next week.